Hold on, this is surprising. Well, it's gonna be a video in which we're going to look at the brand new announcement of the Barnyard Animal Pack. But before I play the trailer as usual, man do I have a lot to say. But, you know, keep your thoughts, keep your breath after the trailer, and we're going to talk about certain things. But first of all, let's play the trailer. Right, so that was the Barnyard Animal Pack trailer. And without further ado, I'm just going to quickly talk you through all the key points that we were given ahead of time. Thank you, Frontier, for providing me with early access on that one, so I could prepare the video for you on the weekend and kind of collect my thoughts to not ramble into it wildly. But first of all, this is the next update coming to Planet Zoo computer version. It's gonna be later on console as well. This is already confirmed in the announcement. It's going to be arriving on April the 30th, so that is going to be in 8 days from today, so not that long of a time to wait. And it's going to bring in the rural beauty, as they say, of the Barnyard feeling. It's gonna bring in 7 highly requested animals, gonna talk about that, and 60 new scenery pieces. And we also have to talk about that, by the way, and a brand new scenario. As I know, scenarios are kind of important to some people, so I think it's a good one. I want to say, first up, after just hearing that, the price point stays the same as always, so $7.99 for the people paying in pound, and the other ones across the world, mostly in dollar and euro, have to pay $9.99, just as usual, which, just from the numbers, is a very fair point, because we got more animals than usual and more pieces than usual combined in one, which sounds great, doesn't it? But there's more to it, okay? More to it. Now, first of all, let's go quickly through the animals. We got the Sussex chicken. I can't even talk that. That's not good for a German speaker. But Sussex chicken, Highland cattle, Alpine goat, the alpaca, the American standard donkey, the Hill Ratner sheep, and the Tamworth pig. Now, there's a lot of, glorious copy around this, but I think for you the most important part is that you know exactly these animals. And also, what better way to experience this than to have some really cool items, just like the straw bowls, cable red tables, cast iron water pumps, blah blah blah. So a lot of stuff you can read the announcement yourself, I guess, but I just wanted to give the most important stuff across first of all. And also there will be a new scenario with Tiffany Summers. For those of you who had the chance to play all the scenarios may already know her. But anyways, we also have a free update this time around, which seems to come with a huge big change for all of us, which is going to be a kind of petting zoo mechanic. Well, it is, I'm gonna read out the full part here, so there is no kind of misinformation from my side. It says, alongside the Barnyard Animal Pack, we are also excited to bring the free update 1.17 to all of our PC players. So maybe it's gonna be brought into the console later, but as of now, it's only for the PC players. A number of habitats can now be converted into an animal encounter, allowing guests to get closer than ever to your animals. We're gonna talk about that in specific. Alongside this, we will also be adding a number of free scenery pieces, including the all-important hand washing station and education board, and a small guest gate alongside a Baudelaire bush, which is kind of weird that this is in whatever, it's free. So yeah, they have more to share in the next live stream on Wednesday the 24th, so maybe we should all check in, but that is all the info you need to know as of now for the general stuff. Right, but before we have another look at the trailer, let's quickly check out the screenshots that were delivered with the early access pack that we received from Frontier. Yet again, big thanks. But there is this wonderful hand washing station in the back, and if I saw that correctly, in the trailer, there's also a single piece available of that one, so it's not only this roundish station, but maybe also a single piece. Then you can also spot the new guest gate, the small guest gate, and just in my last video, I was kind of confused to why we still don't have a small guest gate. Well, I guess here we are, and these wooden pieces over here also seem to be looking new. I figured this is a new texture I've never seen on a wood piece, so maybe this is, or the perspective is kind of weird. Anyways, the stones are the same, just very good use of stone. But if we go further, the next one is already the Sussex chicken, and you can tell the model looks, as always, as we know it from Frontier, absolutely freaking stellar. Flawless looking chicken over here. The tiny ones are lovely. Also, for a little exclusive, and maybe you've already heard the voice of my daughter, for the release of this pack, I'm gonna definitely do a little reaction with my daughter, because she obviously is all kind of obsessed with animals in, like, you know, barnyards and stuff like that, because obviously we have that around. But what we can also spot is the interaction in the back, and you can see this is lovely, like the people actually being are kind of going into like a little crouch mechanic, if you will, in which they're trying to, you know, I don't know, reach the hand to them, to pet them, whatever. And it kind of looks awesome, not gonna lie. This bush over here seems to be new. That one looks very new, to be honest. And also, I'm not sure, yeah, like I don't even need to try to spot too much, because, well, there is certain new things in. They already confirmed this, but we gotta wait to see exactly which are the new plants. We can definitely tell in the next picture, and this is where we can see the piggy, the first time ever. There's like a little one. Look at that one, tiny little piggy. But we can see some cool things, like this bin over here is definitely new. That one, this trough or whatever this is, also kind of a couple of new high pieces. This, like, there's a lot you can see in this picture that is definitely new. Yeah, well, this wooden piece seems to be new, definitely. Even though that one reminds me of the Asian one, so maybe that's not the one. But this one over here, the hay pieces, the wheel, the kind of, what is that, garden thingy, I don't know how this is called. I can't tell if this is a custom gate or a, well, this is definitely a custom gate. Very cleverly done again from Frontier. But you can also see there are some turnips in here. Looks like, again, the other one, like a very steel kind of stuff. There you can see also the milk cans and whatever this hay thing or straw thing in the back that is. Going further over, you can see the wagon, like, fully assembled. Is that like the same wheel? It looks kind of different, doesn't it? It looks tiny different, but yeah, this is definitely a new array of pieces. Look at the piggy over here. That is, oh my god, this is scary. Oh my god. Well, yeah, look, if we go further, there are a couple of new things you can find. If you look closer, so this metal planter thingy over here looks very new as well to me. I was thinking if the nettle was new, or if it's just this picture in which it looks so flawless, because I can't remember this one looking so freaking, I don't know, spot on. I'm not sure if that's just because of the 4K screenshots or whatnot, but it just looked very, I don't know, it just popped to my eye, but I believe it's not a new one. So yeah, if we go to the next one, you can see the alpaca, and the alpaca in this picture, well, there's not necessarily that much more to see. This small one looks kind of fluffy to me, lovely. I don't know if that's a new plant. No, it's definitely not. Same goes for these. There's not really that much new to spot in this picture anyways. And that's already it with the pictures. So at this point, we're gonna go back to the trailer, and I'm gonna zoom all the way there. But by the way, we don't miss out on anything. It's just like green screen at the end. Let's start our little tour here in the very front of, or like in the beginning of this shot, which, by the way, is a beautiful shot. They have really upped their game in capturing the essence of the game, how good it looks, and so on and so forth. But yeah, we've got the hay balls in our center. If you look to the right hand side over here, this seems to be this kind of wind thingy. How exactly was that called? Give me a second. That is the wind pump over here. This is the wind pump. Oh my god, I'm just increasing the Y, whatever. And you can see like a water station, water tower kind of thing over here, and in the background you can see some of the cows. I forgot the real name of them. Wait, not really cows. Wait, how were they called? They were the Highland cattle. That's what you can see in the background, I assume. Not really that much more to see, but well, if we skip forward, you can see them running. You can see the chicken coming. I like this shot, like when the chicken, oh my god, chicken comes from behind and then just turns around, transitions around in this shot. Also in this shot, there's not really that much new. I mean, potentially we see some new pieces, but yeah, well, let's talk about this in a second. And then we've got some more chicken over here. You can see some lovely animations over here where they just are doing some digging with the feet, and just like, yeah, the kid being very happy. Then you have this insanely nice overview shot. By the way, this is in the center. There you can see this is where the oops, that was not meant to be. This is where the sanitizer, or like the hand washing thing, is as a singular piece, as you can tell. In the first glance, I thought, without reading the text, I thought this could potentially be like a feeding station where you can get some food for the animals, but apparently it isn't. It's like a little tent over here. This seems to be a new piece as well. I don't know. Well, you can see also there's the goat, the alpine goat in there, as the trailer transitions over. It's like telling us a little story, and there you can see one of the wonderful petting animations just in action, which I love. By the way, here you can see some of the new flowers. They are certainly new. I can't remember having these like tiny flowers in here. All these are the ones belonging into the grass. Might be. Okay, well, might be me just guessing wrong. But this is the alpine goat, which I think looks really good. I mean, it's an alpine goat. What do you expect? It looks really cool. And I assume it can also, like, you can see this animation, so potentially it can also use the goat mountain piece. And look at that. Really fluffy, really cute. And then you can see some ears over here from the alpaca. And you can see a couple of other things in the background. Nothing really that new to be spotted, I guess. A couple of tiny pieces. I mean, 60 pieces is not really that much, but we can also see some nice fur variants, by the way. A black one in here, a brown one, a white one apparently, and some of the other ones. There's like a boulder in here, or is that also an alpaca? No, I thought that's the boulder. This shot over here just brings us a lot to see. Like, wonderful shot, by the way, because you can tell there are a lot of pieces we can spot. So first of all, we can see like a little pit fire kind of thing in the background over here. This seems to be a bench piece, which I feel like is super usable. You know, it might sound crazy, but you can definitely hide the straw pieces, and then you have these pillows on top, which will eventually give you the chance to make some more cozy looking seating wherever you are. So that's kind of cool. Then you have this kind of cable thing where the people can sit on, so that is pretty nice. The cable reel, how's it called? Cable reel table. Then you can also see a couple of these iron things we saw already. Some of the bins, some of the iron structures. There's like a new planter over here, which looks like a repurposed trough or so. We can see the bins, the actual bins of this pack, like being this, yeah, well, kind of wooden bin thingy. So it's almost like a little wooden barrel, by the way. It's just kind of the tiny barrel, I guess. This is that. You can also see some of the pictures up here. This is the sheep, this is the goat, and obviously the chicken on top of it. Lu, banzabu, banbu, bazu. And so this is just really a lot of new stuff you can spot in here, like a lot of pieces, a lot of these things. And once we go over here, you can see again more chicken, and I'm not sure if you can see, there looks to be, I'm not sure what that is, by the way, over here. This looks very sus. It looks like a camera, or doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just hoping there could be something to be spotted. I don't know. Another wonderful shot of the chicken, which I believe is a good one. The chicken in general looks good, and that is already it. Now, let's go to one specific picture, just for me to bring this to an end. Oh, by the way, did we actually talk about this one? Maybe I just jumped over to the next one. I think this is the one we didn't. I mean, we have also, as you can tell, we've got some pencils and pens, like, I don't know, pen thingies. There's like a sheep in the water, hiding in the water, I guess. Haven't seen that before, to be honest. Not sure what that is. This seems to be also like a washing station just for the people, enclosed in there. And then you can see like tons of chickens roaming around and people going in there to, I don't know, get some stuff. There's the big gate, using the big gate for that one. This is a new fence piece over here, which I do like. Then we've got the alpine goat. Not sure, there's like a little education pieces for the children, like that is nice, and some boards, and yeah, whatever. Let's stick here to bring together my thoughts about this pack. I am confused. I had time now of the whole weekend, and I actually waited till Sunday night to record the video. I did record a reaction with my daughter, but I decided to not use it simply because floating lampposts. Simply because her reaction to the trailer wasn't as I was expecting it to be, and also just it kind of matched my reaction in a way that I was like, okay, maybe that's not the best way to introduce that. Now, first things first, let me say it out loud. I do hope from the bottom of my heart that this is not going to be the last pack of Planet Zoo. Now, I have been very vocal about the fact that, let's not say fact, but let's say I've been very vocal about the chances of this being the last pack are being very, very high. and I still kind of stick to it simply because of everything going on at Frontier right now. But then there is also the feeling that this cannot be the last pack, and it better isn't. There is so much going on in my head right now because at the... How do I put this? See, I have to be very honest with you here, and I still had time to think about this, and I want to really praise the devs at Frontier, because I really think you can see how much effort they put into bringing out something to us in a matter of a system, or in a situation where the game is almost at its end of its lifespan. We get a new mechanic that many people have requested from the very beginnings, with like a pet zoo kind of thing. You can even see the people roaming around on the grass, and I feel like this is one of the biggest changes. You can definitely tell people are on the grass. This is not the pathway itself, as you can tell. So they're actively going to the animals. You can even see kids roaming around on themselves. So it is a petting zoo situation. Not sure how it exactly acts with like the barriers and stuff like that. I don't need to care about this, but big praise to the devs bringing this to us. But you can already tell from the way I'm talking, I'm obviously at the other way very underwhelmed from the decision to go with a Barnyard pack at this point. I really feel like this would have been a stellar, amazing pack a year or 2 years ago, in the midst of its development, bringing a lot of things to the table. But honestly speaking, the animals in this pack are obviously all reskins in a way. Maybe we're gonna get some cool new animations with the Sussex chicken. I do believe that, because it's a different one. But the other ones are blank, like the very simple animals. Yes, they are very highly requested, but are they highly requested as of now? And honestly, I think this is the first time I'll ever say that. But at this point, I wish Frontier would have gone for the meta wish list we have talked about in my last video, you know, speculating about this one being the last DLC. And now, as we have it, in me, there is the undeniable wish now that this isn't the last one. And it still, to me, is very unlikely that we are going to see more for this game. I think it depends a little bit on how well this is going to sell. So I really hope that a lot of people kind of buy this DLC to show them how much people still love this game and want to have updates. And I think then there would be a chance that they have 2 DLCs this year. So, you know, in contrast to the 4 they usually had, maybe they're going with another bigger one. But in all honesty, this is not a big DLC. Now, there was a lot more time in between the 2 DLCs now, so almost a month and a half longer than usual between the 2, and I honestly don't know, like, I believe the team already has to be a lot smaller, so obviously they couldn't do the same amount of things in the same time, but who knows how many of the pieces are kind of recycled from stuff they already had. Because don't get me wrong, but all these like Barnyard pieces are definitely pieces that would go very nicely in some of the other ones, like the Conservation DLC, the Europe DLC, and so on and so forth. So maybe these are a couple of people that were scrapped from some of the older DLCs that made it into the game, because they obviously have to just kind of collect the best pieces, and it's not like they always only do the pieces that end up in the game. They have a lot of pieces that will never end up in the game. Eventually they have taken them again. However, I am very split. Like, if I look at this DLC announcement and I really try to focus on this DLC on its own, like completely out of the context of the situation of the game, and I'm just looking at the DLC, it may be one of the best ones out there, okay? So I have to be that fair, because it brings in a lot of fan-favorite animals, a lot of animals that many kids are very closely related to, because they've seen that and, you know, have interacted with those animals in the wild already. Like, these are very close animals, like animals you know from the real life. It's not like a lion just a few of us will ever have the chance to get up close to, or other things. But this specifically is a great DLC on its own. But the situation, the moment of release, is so weird and awkward. And maybe just to find the right words now at the end is this the DLC I couldn't have lived without with? And the answer is so absolutely no. This is a DLC. If you've asked me about what I would accept to miss out on, this is definitely the one I would have said, yeah, I can go without it, you know? I can go without goats, without pigs, without everything. Like, sure, the petting mechanics is great, but there is so much more essential stuff to the game and essential animals to the game that are lacking, in my very personal opinion, okay? So if you guys are hyped for that, I totally get it. And I do see a lot of hype potential in there, but I'm just so, at the same time, I'm just like so blown away by the missed opportunities of fan favorite animals that could have made it into the game if, and only if, this is the last DLC. If this is not the last DLC, and maybe a sign of changing the plans, then I'm all in again, okay? Then I'm all in for this. So if this is a DLC to build a bridge between now and hopefully the last and big DLC, I'm totally into that. I'm totally in for that. And well, if there's one thing I do agree with all of you guys, having put down comments that I was so wrong about this game and the future and blah blah blah, if there is one thing I do agree, and we all agree on, this game is a huge success. And the sales of the DLCs and stuff, they are huge success stories. So from a financial standpoint, it is totally valid to continue out and stretch the lifespan of this game a little longer. I still do believe that there is a Planet Zoo 2 already planned, and who knows, maybe even in development. I still stick to that belief, but you never know when and where and blah blah blah. So why not, you know, squeeze something more out of this game? If it, you know, if it works, well, if it ain't broke, why fix it, okay? So here is me ending the video finally, and you know, I could go on with this forever, but I think it's the point where I have made my point. I am very, very interested and curious about this DLC. I can't wait to get hands on it and see how good the petting mechanic really is integrated, how much of a change that is, and which animals go in. I'm obviously, as always, very curious to see the realization of the animals, because Frontier is just very good at animals. And yeah, I'm very curious to see the new scenery pieces in action, because I feel like it's a fair point, you know, 7 new animals and then 60 new pieces is definitely something I can take, you know, and there's no exhibit animal, which, as you know, is kind of okay, I guess. Yeah, so guys, let me know in the comments, go nuts and tell me what you think about this DLC, about the timing, about the DLC in general. Have you been waiting for these animals? Have you been waiting for petting functions? Let me know in the comments down below, and I really hope I could get this across, why I am so, well, confused, happy, curious, but then again disappointed at the same time. So yeah, let's just talk about it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!